morning, all. Ira Epstein with your Tuesday morning financial market flash update. And this is for Tuesday, as I just said, the 21st of March, 2023, the day before the FOMC announcement. Today begins the two-day meeting. I want to start off by at least putting my foot into where I think we're at. I think the Fed goes 25 basis points. I realize everybody's expecting a super dovish Fed in the press conference. I think you'll see a dovish Fed, not a super dovish Fed, and I think that the Fed will say they're going to stay data dependent. By saying that, they open up the door to looking at the banking. They open up the door to looking at the inflation, the jobs market. If they pivot right now, I think it sends a terrible message, and they'll never get to their, in my opinion, 2% target. So while so many people are saying the fragility of the banking system, the simple fact is they broke the banking system. It's been shored up. We've seen the events take place. I, for one, don't understand why Jamie Dimon and all the others are running so hard to save First Republic. I mean, in the end, probably some of them are competitors. If the bank goes, is that what they're saying? It's symptomatic and it's just going to keep going throughout the rest of the system? I don't know. Is it that this gets them points in Congress? I don't know. But there's something more to this in trying to shore the bank up. And the bank stock is up about 21% this morning. But remember, this was a $120, $140 stock that recently went down to $12. It's getting a bounce of 20%, so it's up $2 today. And that is all because Mr. Dimon is definitely trying to put some deal together for it. Now, before I go too far and we go through the markets right now, I ask you to do me one favor. If you like these reports, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want to get them as I post them, just hit subscribe here and you'll be getting the notices of them. So as you can see, we're getting a nice rally in the stock market. I mean, there's no fighting what's going on there. The market is saying, no, it's one and done. That's what I believe the stock market's building in. If it is one and done, I admit I'll be very surprised. In the gold market, we are backing off a little bit, which makes all the sense in the world. You've had this big run in the gold because of the banking. The banking has, at the very least, quieted down. Would you agree with that? I think so. Silver and copper up. Copper's given back half the morning gains. It certainly was up nicely as people are looking at China and counting on China to come back in a strong manner. We're up in the grain markets across the board. The bonds and notes down as they are adding back yield. Remember, we saw the 210 go under 50, and now it's about 55 to 57, so it's trading in between there. We are seeing all of the energy markets coming back up. I was reading Jeff Curry's comments, and he was doubling down from Goldman Sachs, talking that by June to the let's say the second to third quarter of the year, in there, somewhere in that area, he said you will see that supply is a problem in some of these markets, energies, and in the copper market especially. He's very, very bullish on that market. I was a bull there too, and still am long term. I don't see that changing. But it'll be interesting what the energies do. Mr. Biden, you have had your chance to be buying oil barrel after barrel after barrel between basically $70 and $67. I am hoping that down the road we see that. Cotton looks to me like it got a little bit too cheap. Now, for the day's events today, we just had Redbook retail sales. It's now an apple to an apple. So we're looking at sales when we were out of the pandemic a year ago to where we're at right now. And we're running anywhere between 2.9 to 3.2%, depending on how you want to match the weeks up versus 2022 or a year ago week. The national home sales data is going to come out. They're looking for an increase. Now, I'm looking for even more increases because the one thing we've seen is mortgages falling down. I was reading an interesting article in Chicago how that the federal government has gotten together with Rocket Mortgage, of all things. You go in, let's assume you're making, in Chicago specific, $140,000 or less. You want to buy your first home. They will help you with special rates. You will get $3,000 towards a deposit from the federal government to help you get that. It is primarily for the Black and Latino communities in Chicago, but it is in 10 big cities around the country. And they are having great success, they say, with the program. So interesting what's going on there. Remember what I told you. You're going to see if you take out a mortgage that Rocket and other companies will work with you on refinancing. Be sure to ask for it and look at it. This is a playbook I saw many years ago. It keeps coming back because it works. The two-day FOMC meeting just began, and this afternoon we're going to get the API numbers. So quiet in Europe, quiet in the United States right now in the markets. Everybody waiting to see what's going to happen, getting a bit of a burst in the stock market as it's a relief rally without any question. But also, they're building in that the Fed is going to pause. I am not in that camp at this point in time. Certainly, if another bank shoe falls, the Fed's not going to do anything. Janet Yellen today coming out and saying that the Treasury, via the FDIC and so on, they stand ready, if necessary, to ensure possibly all bank deposits. That's giving this market a relief because it takes away the bank fear. Now, if that does become, and that is thrown out there, people won't have to move their money from bank to bank as they worry. I would still do it if I were you until we know that's the law of the land. The threat of it is great. Execution of it's a very different thing. Execution. You want to get our market research? Want to see the different charting software packages? My ideas on the market. Move your cursor up here. You'll see an icon. Give it a click. Sign up for the free offers, and away you go. I'm Ira Epstein. I'll see you at the end of the day with our market wrap-ups. I'll be on time today. I don't have to rush out like I did yesterday. Take care.